Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Ah, boys and ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We're back. Bit late, but we're back nonetheless. Time for some gaming. Part 3 is out. Bit of a spoiler, but 30 energy. What? I know it's just direct energy. Yeah, we're back. We're gonna be doing some part 2 today, not part 3. Today's the part 2 day. And we're just gonna get all my dailies done as quickly as humanly possible. We're gonna jump straight into the story because we do have a 2-hour time limit as of right now. So we got 2 hours to finish the story. Finish part 2 at least. I'm not sure how long or short it is. But we are essentially going to jump right into it in hopes to finish it all within 2 hours. So then tomorrow we can blast out part 3 and have a good time. So let me claim that, and I'll do all my dailies in my own time because it's not overly important now. But yeah, that's the dealio for today. We're just going to jump straight into the story. The story updated to the 1905 universe. The transfer of the authority proceeded silently. Sure. How do I do this again? Is it here that I can start it just directly? That's not it. Now, Whispers, Elder Enigma. Storyline. Obviously, it's going to be storyline. Yeah, we did part 1 yesterday, which was quite interesting, but still nothing too crazy for, like, my liking. And now we've got the next... Is it always 5? Oh, no, the last one has 7. Oh, it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Today, we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, another 5 stages. Probably going to be of the same length as yesterday, so we're just going to jump straight into it. Literally just going to jump straight into it. Because we're looking to get story done within a timely manner. As per usual, I'm just going to preface this all the time. I go into story mode and I do the whole story kind of like in a smooth sequence, commenting along the way. Probably won't interact with chat as much. So, hopefully I have the energy for it. Each one takes 10. Yeah, just going to go through the story. Let's go. Here we go. Also, where we left off yesterday, I can't remember. I cannot remember. It's kind of like shit happened. Everyone died. Everyone's dead. Ooh, we get to play as the Scythe Lady straight away. Ooh, I do like playing as this. Although, not great gameplay, because it's kind of like clunkalicious. Kind of clunkalicious. It's kind of fun to just be playing a new entity. That ability doesn't do anything, by the way. They could have made it a bit smoother. They could have made this this thing's gameplay a bit smoother. What is the context of this, though? See, now I actually don't remember what happened at the end of the first part, because this doesn't feel like it makes sense, but... Maybe it'll be alright. Oh, that was a cool cut animation. Oh yeah, Sealy is like struggling with the power. And yeah, I just remembered. Sealy's like struggling to like use the power correctly and whatnot. Nah, that makes sense. On top of the tower, the altar for the martyrs had turned into a cage. And inside the cage, she could do nothing but pray. Yes. Lucky that I can still hear and help them. But be it commanding oracles or consoling souls, their help is minimal and they cannot set things right. And as my burden grows, it's okay, Sealy, you don't have to worry about my burden. Since we're doing this, we shall follow through to the end. Is Sealy okay? That's a good question. I'm still holding on. How's it outside? Can't say it's peaceful, but at least we brought some time. Thanks to Assisti, people are going to be alright. Nothing to worry about on my side either. With the Hersha of Sentience around, broadcasting to the ghosts is a piece of cake. That said though, the moonlight is still growing dimmer and dimmer. It's only a matter of time before the first victim appears. Okay, say something that we don't already know. You're here to fix the problem, not break the morale. Both Sealies bought us valuable time, and we can't let it slip by. We need to be constructive in discussion and determine a new solution as soon as possible. Let's cut the chase. Mistleton, you go first. Oh, here we go, Mistleton. You don't have anything to say? I thought you'd have something on the mind since you were the one of the culprits. And when you put it like that, you'll only make them misunderstand me more. But one thing is for sure, I'll try to share my thoughts with you all, even though you're all more experienced travelers in the Sea of Quantum. And looking back earlier, traveling between the two worlds has made both Sealies the second sage independent from the previous one. The coexistence of two sages triggered one of the world's rules and intensified the collapse. And just as the previous sage said, even she herself wasn't fully aware of the rules of all the rules of the world. That is for sure. It's like you said, she's the newborn stigma. How could she possibly know everything? So earlier, we thought the world had become unstable because we broke the rule that there are only one sage at a time. But there was 3 sages at a time, because both Veliona and Seelie and the previous stigma were sages. But what if that's not the case? Are you also trying to say we broke other rules we don't know about? That's a pretty wild guess though. Wild guess or not, the rules governing most natural creations are usually very simple. Just like how the distribution of mass in the universe was decided by quantum fluctuations during the Big Bang, the most complicated natural phenomenon usually result from the iteration, projection, and inversion of a very simple law. Throughout human history, there has been no shortage of such rules of the game. Like Hersch's, the existence of the cocoon finality has also proven that it's not a natural system. Dr. Schrödinger explains it better? Not quite. Not quite. I would say Schrödinger explained it in a more complex manner. To try to explain it simply, it didn't quite work. Somehow the Big Bang is involved, but sure. Oh yeah, true, because wasn't the Big Bang caused by like some simple thing? I don't know, probably something like that. But Miss Shigure, aren't you anxious? I try to say, between Salt Snow Holy City and the Country of Iron Sand, there might be a larger rule that's different from the ones for normal bubble universes. A singular rule. There's no such thing as there can't be 2 sages, or the sage cannot leave the tower, or only the sage can travel between 2 worlds. Even the fact that the world is collapsing is just a manifestation of that singular rule. There's only been one rule from the beginning. It makes the sage naturally part of the world and also causes the world to collapse. What do you think that rule is? Well, I don't know. Even the former sage who came before us hasn't gotten a clue, so how am I able to figure it out all of a sudden? I'm just trying to say, before we find out that, what the singular rule is, there's no way for us to determine our next move. As for how to do it, that's beyond me. My best guess is, world collapse might result in 2 bubble universes merging with each other into oblivion. True oblivion. After all you've said, you only came up with a prediction that the world is ending. What a waste of time. What I found was a compass without a pointer. That's not much help. But so I've done all I can. It was me who got you into this mess. I owe you 0 help. She's provided 0 help, and she's like, yeah, I owe you guys. Let me think if there's anything else to add. I'll start with how I worked my way to bring the 2 Sealies here. Oh, we're just having a flashback now. You were sent to different bubble universes, right? The former sage said this was to make a template of us and find a way to stop the world from splitting. Yes, the way I penetrated the Sea of Quanta also worked near imaginary singularity in Nagazora. This got me thinking about the singular rule. What I'm trying to point out is, considering the sage's request, I relaxed the permeability of the boundaries. This gave rise to 0015's birth, the death of a certain grey serpent, and... let me put it this way. What the former sage wanted was a template for the harmony between the human and non-human, and you all know the more templates, the better. Besides Miss Seelie Volare, from the Stigma, as far as I know, there's one other friend with the same condition. You're talking about the Sentience lady. I was trying to let it go. How dare you bring it up? That's the way you trap me here? The mighty Hirsch of Sentience as a backup template? It's not like that. Since it's a template, you are not alone in this case. At the beginning, my plan was to send one of you and Fu Hua to the Salt Snow Holy City and the other to the Country of Iron Sand, just like the 2 Sealies. But something went wrong. Only you arrived and Fu Hua went missing. Oh. Well, don't worry. I'm not sure what happened, but the failed teleportation shouldn't have hurt her in any way. As for whether she's still in the proper world or teleported somewhere else, I think she should be able to handle it either way. I'd be concerned if she couldn't. Well, that's true. The old-timer wouldn't let herself be set up by goons like you. Assuming the old-timer not ending up in assaults in her holy city has something to do with the singular rule. Yep. The difference between you and Fu Hua, and between the two of you and the two Seelies, might be the first key to the singular rule. And the different experiences of the two Seelies in two worlds, that's the second key. What you said is very inspiring, but with these unfounded theories, it's incredibly hard to prove the existence of the singular rule, let alone figuring out what it really is. Indeed, we need to know more. Which is to say, the only way to protect the world order, and at the same time carry out an investigation? Ugh, too much work. Susanna, have you been following what they're talking about? Because I haven't been. I'm in the dark as you are, Vita. Aren't you their partner? The only official Valkyrie? When you put it like that, I feel like I should apologize to you. Perhaps there is a third key to the singular rule, but I don't have it. There's someone among us, who has kept from us something they know. Everyone points at Kira. I will certainly take responsibility for leading you into danger. However, who followed Prometheus and me into this world all the way from the Sea of Quanta? Who attempted to murder me at first sight, clearly due to some mission or vocation? It was you, Kira, the real criminal. Who hid their real purpose of coming here from you and kept accusing Prometheus and me of everything? I knew I hated Kira. You haven't shown us your hand of cards, unreservedly, have you? The assassin from the Sea of Quanta, Shiguri Kira. Knew it. I knew Kira was a sus idiot. I knew I didn't like her. All eyes, calm, cautious, confused, fell on Shigure Kira. Have you any objections, Miss Shiguri? Feel free to defend yourself. Of course I'm gonna say something. But though I hate to admit it, what you said does make some sense. Yes, I've kept something about myself from all of you here. Something about yourself? Yes. Before, I wasn't sure if I had anything to do with the two bubble universes we were in. I know this sounds like a bad excuse. I was trying to find a way to tell you all this. After all, since we got into the tower, everyone has been busy, right? Busy? That's a pretty convenient reason. Don't mind her, she's just meticulous. Susanna trusting Kira. Two sus people. She's been helping us ever since we got into this bubble universe, and she's given us a lot of practical suggestions. Besides, everyone has a past, and it's very normal if we don't want to bring it up. No. Lay it all bare. You are all so gullible. I knew Kira was a fucking freak, dude. I knew it. Just a fucking cringe lord. Now, everyone got tricked. Aren't we supposed to stay together through tears and hold our friendship and trust above all? You've been watching too many dramas. Stupid. As a Shixel Valkyrie, you should be less trusting and more careful than that. Yes, you're right. I don't get how you could trust me so blindly. Next time I see Teresa, I'll ask her how you turned out this way with all her training. And just as she was grumbling, she reached out her hands and rubbed Celia and Susanna's hair. Cringe. A typical teen drama. What's with the laughing and shouting? Don't leave us out. Back to business. Okay, I'm going to share with you what I know and what I went through about half a year ago. But she gave Mistalin a hostile glare. I can leave the room, Shigure, but you know I can still hear you from far away. From far away. Since you're probably not my target, it won't hurt to let you listen. Everything started with a dead bubble universe. This looks 10 times worse than I expected. So the Elder wasn't just worrying over nothing. If nothing else, he was being conservative. Oh, that's Niggurath. Nice. She looks nice. Oh, what? What? Oh, I just fell through the map. Nice. Good game, good game. Oh, she looks nice. Oh no. Like, don't look at me all the... Oh, come on. Can't really get a frontal because she keeps turning, but she looks cool. If we enter combat, maybe she'll have, like, we'll see her weapon. I wasn't expecting to see her. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Hey, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream, man. Sorry, I can't read your name, but welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day, buddy. Then a match for you, plus something. I didn't read that part. Looks like you've gotten even... Oh, so that means Nigarath is very powerful. She's acknowledging someone else's strength. Interesting. Also, we are just fighting AFO enemies. Obviously, that's a mad leak teaser, whatever you want to call it. Foreshadow, we're just fighting AFO enemies. Oh, shit. AFO enemies. Very cool. That's a nice way to introduce the AFO enemies. Or, is that... I can't even tell if that's Fu's voice actor. Oops, something's wrong with her fucking hips here, though. Jesus Christ, she's got a mad indent in her, like, body. Jesus. All taken care of. Kira and I rock. I don't think you made much of a difference. Any signs of life? She began to sniff around Krezzy like a police dog. You're not brown sugar anymore, and this is not how you retrieve information as a human. Don't sweat it, as long as it works. And I'm unable to detect anything that could be called living, other than these guys. Nigarath kicked an unresponsive construct. These monsters, could it be? That's right. Their shapes and structures might be different, but they obviously share the same origin with them. Just as Elder Konpeito suspected. Probably a manga reference thing. Candy House. The home of the exiled race, the Sugars. Their last sanctuary. Apart from their own and a few friends, no one can find this small little bubble universe kept away from all worldly troubles. Elder Konpeito is actually, is always punctual. How come he has kept us waiting this long? Who knows? But Kohakuto told me Elder Konpeito looked very worried ever since he used the egg roll astroscope. Yeah, maybe he's just old. Yeah, that's true. It's not good to badmouth someone behind their back. Crystal Sugar. Is that... I think that's Kira. Because Nigarath was brown sugar. And Kira is crystal sugar. Okay. He finally come! Kira, sorry, turned around and looked to see who was there, while Nigarath deftly transformed back into Sugars and leapt on top of her shoulder. Sorry, I kept you? So what was hold up? What was the hold up? You had us waiting for so long. As hot-headed as ever? But it's alright, it's something urgent and there's no time for small talk. Listen here, Elder Konpeito, what's so urgent? Brown sugar, crystal sugar, I need you to head to a special bubble universe and check something there that worries me. Candy House needs a new anchor? No, that bubble universe has nothing to do with our race. It's been destroyed for a while, actually. But it's a dangerous trip, and I need our best fighters on this mission. Right now, you're the only combat-specialized Sugars standing by in the Candy House. I've got no problem with that, but is it really urgent, given that the world has, or was destroyed years ago? It is, because we found it too late. Depending on the outcome of your investigation, the survival of the Sugars might be at stake. Whoa, that's huge. I'm not exaggerating. Whoever destroyed the bubble universe might be connected to our greatest enemy. The horrible Sky People. A manga reference, again, for those who haven't read, I believe it's like Alien, the Alien space manga. They destroyed the first home of Sugars. Yes, they are the plague. They came uninvited and drained our planet to the last drop. Elder Konpeito called them the Galactic Pirates, but I think Galactic Cockroaches suits them better. They're weak individually, but their ability to replicate is outrageous. I remember, Sugars built the Candy House to escape from them, right? Yes, they did. And when you see one cockroach in the cupboard, there must be dozens hiding everywhere else. But the candy house was built before Elder Competor was born, right? Well, more like Jurassic period in Earth's terms. But why are the Sugars still afraid of the Sky People? Because it's a fucking cockroach. What? It was just... you just used the analogy. It's ancient history now. If the Sky People's ambition is matched by their ability, they should have come to Earth and replicated themselves all over by now. But that hasn't happened yet, which means... Sugars are perfectly safe in the candy house and there's no need to worry. But didn't we just find something similar to them in the Sea of Quanta? And from another reason? There seem to be weak electrical signals coming from that way, which is by no means characteristic of these monsters. Traces left behind by the civilization, big word, maybe. Let's go check it out. Yeah, I didn't read the Alien Space manga, so I'm not really too interested in the space people. Sky, what are they called? Sky people? Space? Sky people. I'm not overly interested in them. That's why I've kind of feigned interest in this in this portion, and a lot of the Afro stuff. I've kind of feigned interest. The Sky People's bodies are mechanical, so just as we Sugars have an animal form, they should have some form of mechanical. But if they've had such advanced tech all these years, why have such primitive methods of getting energy and replicating? The Elder One said that the Sky People were designed into being, which is why their civilization and technology are so out of sync. This is also kind of the terrain of the moon. What kind of entity do you think could create a group of interstellar hunters? Who would create a bunch of interstellar hunters? That's a great question, actually. Who would do that? Who would do that? It's so crazy. Do 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 do. 66K, wow. Oh no, this is actually just the template of the moon. Never mind. Now I see this elevator. It's just the moon, but brown and like yellow. We're here. The signal is coming from behind this gate, which I don't actually think is a gate, but an elevator. But I guess that could be a door. Sure. An architecture. It's been kept intact. Let's head inside. And inside we'll find the One Ring to rule them all. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now. There's a bit of a Lord of the Rings happening here. I don't see a switch anywhere. Is it open from the inside? Oh, watch your feet. There's a pressure plate. Oh, you're dead. Oh. Yokoso. Is it Otto? Please be Otto. It would be funny if it was Otto, so... is this a hologram? Ladies, welcome to the last home at Miracle Park Atlas. Although, there's 100 more of such homes, huh? That's apocalyptic humor for you. I'm your guide, Atlas's manager, electrical engineer, teacher, chef, hairdresser, doctor, therapist, and good neighbor, Charter. My name's Charter. What a shit name. Goddamn. Every Charter now in the world is looking at me. Funny. That's right, any job in the park is my job. I even set my own pay. Totally not rigging the system, eh? This guy must be roaring drunk when he took the video. Leaving his personality aside, we might learn the past of this bubble universe from this video. That depends on its length, though. Without further ado, let's go on a magical journey. Okay. A magical journey. Are we turning into magical Powerpuff Girls or whatever? Ooh, oh, that was 36 done. Wow. This is surprisingly quick. This is cool, though. That's a life support pod. No. More like some kind of bionic computer. Looks like people in this bubble universe are capable of information age equivalent technologies, or at least they were. Well then, are you ready, ladies? What I'm offering you is a journey to witness precious historical records from the Golden Age. Can't wait to find out. Well, just press the button over there. What do you mean by journey? Can't wait to find out. Just press the button. Watch out, Kira. I don't like the way this guy sounds. Uh-huh. Yeah, the last time that I think life pods or kind of like a life pod system was mentioned was at the end of the Elysian Realm stuff when we were finding out the history of the like who survived out of the flame chases. I think that was the last time life pods and shit like that were mentioned. The Golden Age goes to fucking what's the city called in the game? Sky City? Night City? Amazed by the immersive experience, aren't you? The holographic device we prepared for the journey comes from the greatest virtual reality image designer, Lawrence. He died in the extractor explosion accident in Star Rock Era 195, but that sadness is all behind us now. Welcome to the Coal Era 1182. I bet you won't want to say no to cheering crowds, lots of laughter and ice cream on the parade float, will you? Well, looks like he restored a moment in the Bubble Universe's history with a holographic image, which means the Deadland we just saw was once a lively and prosperous like this. That gives me goosebumps. But in a way, that's the norm in this universe. What are you waiting for? Join the happy crowd and share in their joy. Okay. Ah yes, I enjoy talking to old people. That's definitely a very joyous experience. Hello. Are you two here are you here for the celebration? What are we celebrating? You don't know what's going on? You must love big crowds. We're celebrating the Planet Recon team finding a new energy source to replace fossil fuel. A new energy source. It comes from the ore called Star Rock. It's safe, stable, efficient, and can last lifetimes. I'm gonna make the assumption. It wasn't safe. It wasn't stable. Probably was efficient. Probably can last a lifetime. But definitely not safe or stable. That's my prediction. Very soon people won't have to queue for gas. How can we not celebrate such a great thing? I see, thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a prediction that it wasn't safe or stable. Hello ladies, ain't the greatest day of all? Well, today the greatest of all. Because of the Star Rock, right? Energy concerns everyone here, I guess. The man squinted at them as if they were dinosaurs. You must be Outlanders. There aren't a lot of your kind here, but we do get them from time to time. Is energy important? Of course! Without energy, how can we keep the lights on? How can we make the machines do our bidding? And how can the Planet Recon team explore new homes? Fear imperceptibly flashed past the man's eyes, suppressing his fervor. No reason to be so grim during a moment like this. The float is coming soon. Why don't you go outside, or two outsiders hop on and take a tour? I guess what's a child gonna tell us? Oh, she's the enemy? Oh no. I thought the child was about to kill us. What? Whoa. These monsters are just a part of the show. I have Lawrence to thank for how good they look. Oh. I was about to enter combat. It's time our planetary guardians make their debut. Please enjoy watching them defend their home and their people. Oh wait, I control this guy. Oh wow. I will say though, I wish Mihoyo with Honkai Impact took a bit more risks with the enemy design. I'm kind of getting bored of like every good guy being this like playable like white robot, and every kind of enemy always being the same looking quantum enemies. I feel like if they maybe took some risks with the design, they could like look a bit more interesting. Because I didn't want to play the mech, to be honest. The security force cleared up the monsters in their mechas, and order soon returned to the celebration. People seemed to be accustomed to this sort of thing and stayed calm for the most part. Are you alright, child? I forgot these were only images from the past. Nothing can happen to you now. The guards keep us safe every time. The guards? The people who came with the mechas. And as soon as monsters show up, they always come to our rescue and take the monsters down. Dad told me if monsters show up again, the mecha force won't have the power to fight them since we're running out of energy. The guards might not be able to keep us safe. But things have turned around. Dad just said we found a new source of energy and the guys can keep us safe again, just like that. I see. But still, it's dangerous for you to be alone. Be a good girl and go back to your dad, alright? Alright. The girl waved her hand and ran off. Any new findings? Kind of. First of all, this bubble universe, let's call it the Fallen Star. Nigarath shrugged contently. The Fallen Star falls into the more complete type of bubble universe. It has considerate space, population, and even the look of a full planet. It's way smaller than the Earth, though. On the other hand, civilization here has advanced to the level where they become aware of the crisis they're faced with. Due to the bubble universe's seclusion, it won't be able to sustain itself for long. Generally, isolated bubble universe are like dandelions floating in the wind. The Fallen Star cannot survive long on its own. I'm afraid Star Rock will run out someday too. Energy crisis? Would this be the Fallen Star's downfall? Well, no. If that's the case, we can't explain why the Sky People's creations are here. Kira walked to Charter, who was standing by the side. And we finished this clip, could you play the next one? Of course! From the Era 199. I always stay positive despite my bad luck. The records of Star Rock Era 199 are special and might cause some minor discomfort. Are you sure you want to go? Yeah. Here we go. This is the death. Everyone's dead now. He's dead. This is Charter's death. No! He was interesting. No! Charter! It's him! It's the goat! Oh, Charter. God damn it. The projection has been altered. That guy has gone missing. Nowhere to be found. Maybe something's wrong with the projector. Is this Charter now? No. Why haven't you sought shelter yet? If Extractor 03 strikes it big, you'd be buried here in a minute. Hit the jackpot. Are you not from here? Tell us what happened. What else could be? The Star Rock extractors exploded again. Is it maybe because it wasn't safe and it wasn't stable? Maybe it was because they weren't safe and they weren't stable, hey? Hey. You seem to have mentioned this before. I'm not an expert at all. All you need to know is that they are machines used to extract energy from the Star Rock. If they're so dangerous, why use them in the first place? They're no danger at all. What's dangerous is the Star Rock itself. Is it now? Interesting. I knew it wasn't safe or stable. I knew it! Foreshadowing like crazy, calling it safe and stable. Ah, good. I love being able to predict a story. It's safe and stable and efficient and can last a lifetime. Wait. Before Kira could finish, the guard waved his hand and left in a hurry. That's weird. If the guy named Charter doesn't show up, will we be trapped here forever? Go look around and see if there's anyone else here. I knew. So predictable. So predictable, Mihoyo. Boom, buddy. Boom, buddy, boom. Hello. Knock, knock. Check this terminal out. It can be accessed without any special permission. He's back. Nice. What? Where have you been, Chateau? Okay, what's up? It seems like you also wanted us to check out this terminal. You're saying they came out of nowhere? Dr. Ashley, do we know that name? I'm not sure. Yes, Dr. Ashley. As of yesterday, the Star Rocks weren't in warehouse O12, and at least 5 workers can attest to that, but the security cameras are even better proof. By the gods! As you can see, Dr. Ashley, these Star Rocks appeared in the vacant space in the blink of an eye. Do we inform the guards? No. Let me think. Right, we need to verify it. I don't understand. After half a year of dedicated research and so many experiments, why is Star Rock under the influence of such unscientific and supernatural factors? This explains why we never discovered them during the age of fossil fuel. But how is this possible? Star Rock comes into being at people's wishes? Eesh. This is not good. This is not looking too good, boys. The Planet Recon team is disbanding? Yes, the ecosystem on the surface has sustained severe and irreversible damage due to the frequent Star Rock explosions. For us, living on the surface has become a luxury, let alone exploring the stars. Kid, I'm sorry. I know you've always dreamed to join the Planet Recon team. It's all our fault. We thought Star Rock was the cure to everything, and gave up all other possibilities. We thought we found a shortcut, but it turned out to be a dead end. Dr. Ashley. Don't give up. I can't join the Planet Recon team, but I can still help you study Star Rock. Once we figure out why Star Rock emerges at a person's wish and why it explodes without any sign, we should be able to... You always look at the bright side, kid. But please promise me, don't go down the same road I have. Dr. Ashley. When I was young, I believed if I dedicated myself to researching Star Rock, our planet could have survived, or could have been saved. But looking back at the years of hard work, I suddenly found my understanding of Star Rock never grew, just like everyone else at the Institute. Star Rock is like the same kind of divine prank. It's unreasonable, illogical, but so real that we can't see anything else. I don't understand. Kid, I really don't. I feel like I'm blocked away from the truth by an invisible wall, while some trickster god mocks me from the other side. Foreshadowing. Dr. Ashley, are you alright? I'm fine, good kid. Heed my advice and stop looking for the elusive Star Rock. Go follow Dr. Owen to learn intelligent systems, or intern with Dr. Fred and study underground shelters. Is Atlas going to be under construction soon? Try holding on to something that you can grasp, Charter. Oh, there he is. That seems to be the records left behind by Star Rock researchers on the fallen star. Seems like the substance called Star Rock was not as safe as it was believed to be. It can explode for no reason at all. Well, the apocalyptic planet surface that we saw was the result of that. But why did the fallen star people keep using Star Rock as energy? It's like digging your own grave. I'm afraid they ran out of choices. They had perished away without the mysterious ore. That research lady was right. It blinded them to all other possibilities. That's right. Aside from that goddamn ore that's going to get us all killed someday, we got nothing else. Yeah, I knew he was sus. I felt like this, when he, like, auto-played his record, I think he's, like, actually a person or some shit. He, like, actually can talk to you. I've got some questions, and if possible, we wish to help you and the other survivors on this planet. You have a good heart, lady, but I think you came a little bit too late for this dead planet. He tried to make himself, like, look like a recording, but he's just not a recording. Follow me, please. What are you showing us this time? The planet's last breath. In your terms, the last day for the people on the fallen star. Yeah, I had a suspicion that he wasn't a recording. Oh, we're up to the final stage already. Jesus. Time will turn back to the last night of Star Rock Era 199. By the way, allow me to invite my neighbors. They're all in just like a terrifyingly scared position. Who are they? Just like me, they were once residents of the underground shelter Atlas. And we built hundreds of such shelters, for the surface was no longer inhabitable. At the same time, the shelter's special structure could also help contain Star Rock explosions. At least, that was its intended design, but in reality, nothing we had could withstand the impact of Star Rock explosions. The brutal power, you could call it a sort of torrent of destiny. But it really isn't necessary for me to describe it to you, because you'll soon see it with your own eyes. Charter tapped the terminal screen a few times, and soon after, an image was projected before them. The screen was static and it emitted a chaotic sound. Hey, why haven't you sought shelter yet? If Extracted 03 strikes it big, you'd be buried here in a minute. Has anyone seen my child? Alan? Or Aline? I don't know. Check out the emergency broadcast. The central extractor on Uranus has just exploded. And Phoebe, 2 explosions everywhere. Don't push me. Get off. I told you Starrock was a curse. Divine retribution. The day has finally come. We need to get to the shelter. Didn't you hear the guards? Where can we run? The goddamn Starrock warehouse and extractors everywhere. Go underground. If the explosions trigger chain reactions, then... boom. Death. What's this? The last evening of Starrock Era 199. 11 past 5, less than 7 hours away from the new year. Of all the Starrock extractors and warehouses in 101 underground shelters, 98% exploded after the hour hand reached 5. Like volcanic eruptions, the explosions destroyed most of the shelters in an instant, vaporizing everything within them and tearing the surface apart. When it was over, the fallen star turned into what you see now. A desolate wasteland. A bubble of universe's unnatural death. What is this? Starrock. I've never heard of anything this dangerous in the Sea of Quanta. It was mentioned in the records that it came from wishes, but what does it mean? Literally, what it means. Can you be... So what does it mean by it comes from wishes? Literally what that means. Can you be more specific? What? Come on, man. Let's say the Starrock reserve of a certain shelter is running out, and anything running on it is going to stop. In this case, when the people in the shelter open up the warehouse the next day, they're very likely to see restocked reserves. It really appears out of nowhere? How is that even possible? It's absurd to even in the Sea of Quanta. Makes absolutely no sense at all. Could it all be the Hersher Authority from the imaginary side? Charter, is there any Starrock reserve in the shelter left? Kira? What are you doing? If we can bring back a piece to Elder Compate... Kira's not the brightest, is she? If we can bring back a piece to Elder Compato and the others, then maybe... But Charter's expression soon snuffed out her hope. Unfortunately, when the great explosion happened, all the Starrock on the planet vanished, like it was consumed as fuel. Just like how it showed up out of the blue right after the age of coal ended, it was gone without any trace. How are you so sure? How can you be certain all the Starrock went missing? You're not really the boy we saw with Dr. Ashley, right? He couldn't have survived this long. And Dr. Ashley had mentioned something about intelligence systems. Very keen observation. It's true. I'm a digital copy of the great Dr. Charter. This was the only way I could keep protecting the survivors for him in this grim, grim world. But as you can see, there isn't a single survivor left on this planet now. Sorry? Oh, you're not to blame. Before you came, I had already lost my reason for being, but it was only just now that I'd learned the reason why fate spared me, the information integration system of Atlas. Not far away, some kind of machine seemed to be running quietly. What's that sound? Haha, so much for sadness. After all, today will be go down in history and be remembered forever. 167 years after the Great Explosion, Atlas finally opened its welcoming arms to 2 new residents. You're not talking about us, are you? We do sympathize with you, but there's no reason for us to stay here. No. The dark clouds of the past have cleared up. A new era has come for our planet to restore its former glory. Oh my god. That's kind of creepy. He doesn't look right. He doesn't look right in the head. Crank! The heavy machine sound became louder and louder. So Charter has done something. He is something, or he has done something. He's the mastermind, or he's a pawn in the chessboard? No, he's a cog in the... I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying words at this point that don't make sense. He's a cog in the wheel. No, that doesn't make sense. He's a cog in the watch. He's a piece of the puzzle. I hate English, man. It's so difficult. Let's dodge the goddamn thing. Oh. Can't stop the guests from dancing. Oh yeah, this is probably connected to some sort of higher power. Looks like he's run out of storage. Oh, hello. He kind of died in a really funny position, though. Does he mean anything special to Charter? Kira lowered her body and picked up a slip by the man. Meanwhile, the two finally got a clear look at the man's face. Exactly the same as Charter. I'm afraid this is the real Dr. Charter. Kira unfolded the slip, revealing a pen with the engraving of V. On the paper, there was a scribble in a foreign language, clearly unfinished. With a heavy heart, Kira used her sugar's ability. The words seemed to make some sort of motto. It started and ended with forever. And so, using the language of this world, she completed Charter's motto. Just when she dropped the pen, mechs everywhere. This looks like a new render. Is this new? This doesn't look like the actual mechs. This looks like a kind of like a new render. Or something, a new like... Oh, it looks a bit different. It looks like they've just made it... Oh, nice. The scenery looks a lot better. With the other mechs actually looking like very nice. Okay, nice. Oh, we're back. Mm-hmm. What did the message say, by the way? I don't know if we saw that. Where are you going, Kira? Wait for me. Wait up. I'm going back to the candy house, Nigarath. There's nothing more we can do in this bubble universe. Candy house, home of the sugars. Back from the Fallen Star, Kira and Nigarath met Elder Competo and reported what they saw. Hey, listen here, Elder Competo. I can hear you, quiet. But you've been silent for nearly 10 minutes after hearing our report. Such an important matter requires careful consideration. It's not a big deal. The Fallen Star had creatures similar to the Sky People, but their extinction had nothing to do with the Sky People. Besides, they went extinct more than a century ago. Honestly, I feel like it was a waste of time. You absolute insolent fools. You have to dig beneath the surface. Can't you see something is wrong with the Star Rock that brought about the world's demise? Having kept silent for a long time, Kira suddenly raised a question that seemed out of place. Elder Competo, is Star Rock some kind of weapon? You're most observant, Brown Sugar. Oh, you're more observant than Brown Sugar, but not quite there yet. Weapon? No, that isn't its weapon. It's? What if I tell you there have been many other bubble universes that were destroyed just like the Fallen Star? It wasn't quite the self-inflicted damage or the ebbs and flows of the Sea of Quanta. They were simply wiped out by an invisible malice. Clearly hidden beneath the rules, the malice looks almost natural and justified. What if I tell you things like this have been happening in certain dimensions all along? This malice, is that it? But what is it indeed? We don't know its name, and neither do we know whether it has a name, body, or mind. Even a short glimpse of it among the waves of the sea doesn't come easy. What else do we know? The true abyss of the Sea of Quanta. Sa. Sa. Okay, interesting name. The true abyss of the Sea of Quanta. Sa. I'm done speaking. I've laid my hand of cards bare. Vita looks not surprised or shocked. Seely looks desperately terrified. Misthalin looks as attractive as ever. Susanna is confused, as per usual. And Prometheus probably doesn't care, like always. Everyone fell silent, quietly taking in the story told by Kira. The Sugars Race, the Sky People, the Dead Bubble Universe Fallen Star, and Sa, the Abyss of the Sea of Quanta. That's too much to process. Wait a second, I'll take some notes. What do you reckon, Prometheus? During her account, subject Shigure Kira's breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and skin humidity all remained normal. I estimate there's a 92.6% chance that she's speaking the truth. Even though what she said still feels like a dark fairy tale. But I find it kind of interesting. After the Great Eruption, the world turned too peaceful and boring. It's high time we have some fun fighting aliens. Senti, shut the fuck up. I told you might find it hard to believe, didn't I? If the situation didn't call for it, I wouldn't have told you this and add to your trouble. But do the horrible things you told us have anything to do with the situation of Salt Snow Holy City and the country of Iron Sand? Yes. Both worlds are collapsing, or one has collapsed, and then this one is fucking collapsing by some sort of unknown... Oh, Susanna, you just can't put two and two together. According to Elder Compado, what happened to the Fallen Star, the unnatural, premature death of a bubble universe, was no exception. Based on a lot of observation, Elder Compado found out such abnormal bubble universes were growing in number in the Sea of Quanta. Are you suggesting the black and white bubble universes fall into the same category? Yes. In fact, it was exactly because Elder Compado saw some early signs that I came to Salt Snow Holy City alone, and tried to figure out what was going. I'm assuming going on. Your partner by the name of Nigarath, didn't she come too? The Sugars are known for their cautiousness, but I guess I'm an exception. From a historic point of view, without the cautiousness, Sugars couldn't have survived this far. Elder Compado is adamant in keeping his people away from danger, and Nigarath had to follow his orders. Oh. So you... Well, I snuck out on my own, any problem? I'm not prepared to see the tragedy of the Fallen Star falling on other bubble universes. Oh, Kira, so righteous. Anyway, if there's something accelerating the death of a bubble universe, if Sa does exist, I need to kill it as soon as possible. The thought kept lingering in my mind and got me restless, so that's why I set out. Silly Susanna, looks like I'm the wrong one to lecture you. Oh, that's so cool. So that's why you tried to assassinate Mistolin, rather. You mistook her for the disciple of Sa. Well, she couldn't feel more inhuman. It was impossible not to suspect her. And when you threaten, That's not how you spell threatening. Weren't you threatening? Oh, there always has to be a typo. There always has to be a typo. Weren't you threatening? The hotel owner? You two didn't look like the good guys at all. Oh, it breaks my heart to hear how you think of us. We were just asking friendly questions. I won't buy it. My reputation suffered collateral damage. Well, back to the business. Miss Shigure, according to what you confessed, the two bubble universes we're in are subject to some kind of twisted rule. Correct. The spatial contrast of the two bubble universes, the spiritual beings in Country of Iron Sand having memories of Salt Snow Holy City, and the merging of the two worlds mentioned by Mistolin, they all point to the same conclusion. But we're not talking about the proper world. In special spaces like the bubble universes, absurdity can be reasonable. Well, I get you, but Dr. Schrodinger, you're trying to say these weird events might just be the norm here? We can't rule out that possibility. I had thought this was possible too, but Elder Compado's observation spans a very long period. He had watched this place before civilization was born in the proper world. Thanks to him, I got to know a fact. At these coordinates, there was once only one bubble universe. Which is to say, Salt Snow Holy City and Country of Iron Sand, one of them took shape only after the observation. One bubble universe turning into two? Was the other one born? And that's not the most puzzling part, actually. Elder Compado also found the energy level of the two bubble universes had doubled. Do you know what it means? It means it wasn't the original bubble universe splitting into two. It was a complete bubble universe coming out of nowhere. Correct. Weird. That's completely against the conservation of energy principle. Indeed, even in the bizarre Sea of Quanta, events like this are hard to imagine. Well, just one moment. So what they've just said is that something has gone against the laws of physics, of no energy creation. Kind of, not contradicting, but kind of going against the whole scientific basis of a lot of the stuff in Honkai. Very unusual thing to say or kind of structure the story like this, that something was just created. Maybe it's not the final answer, but at least a hint at it, of it just being created when the whole game is based in scientific, it has a scientific basis. Very odd move, Mihoyo, very odd, but power to you. That's right! And such a thing had happened one more time in the story I just told. Are you referring to the star rock found by people on the Fallen Star? According to what Nigarath and I had found on the Fallen Star, Star Rock was never found by people there before Coal Era 1182. But just that year, when their fossil fuel was about to run out, this mineral was found underground and in large quantities. That's too much of a coincidence. And the mineral is packed with energy. I see, another example of energy coming out of nowhere. I think I get it now. For the Fallen Star, a suspicious new mineral was discovered, and very soon the planet was destroyed in the explosion caused by this mineral. For the black and white bubble universes, 1 became 2, and merging started to happen for unknown reasons. Looks like destruction can also be expected. You're saying the two are alike in certain ways, right? She nods. From sudden multiplication to certain destruction, can we say if Sa does exist and these bubble universes are under its influence, the flowing of energy might be the rule. But rule or not, making a bomb enough to destroy a world or creating a new bubble universe requires massive energy. Energy of this level can easily surpass the maximum output of most metamorphed Hersha individuals. Nice. And to pull it off, in multiple bubble universes, as far as I know, such a divine feat can only be accomplished by a cocoon of finality. Yeah, hey, it's getting even more absurd. How can there be another cocoon in the Sea of Quanta? Well, if that's the case, I'm not afraid, but you guys can't make another Kiana at short notice, can you? That was a good joke, come on. Ah, come on, you can't meet that with silence. That was a good joke. Oh, come on, what do you mean it didn't soften the atmosphere? That's a good joke. Well, just pop out another Kiana. The joke didn't soften up the atmosphere. Instead, it revealed a remote but terrifying possibility and rendered everyone silent. What is it, Sealy? If Sa did make the rule for Salt's Holy City and the country of Iron Sand to be destroyed, the people here, they won't live. Hey, Vita is still with us now. I'm just speaking the truth, buddy. If Sa does have the authority to change the rules of bubble universes and power to match the cocoon, then these two worlds are destined for destruction. Vita is not shocked. I wonder why. Unless... Dr. Schrodinger, you have a way to save the two bubble universes? Mr. Lin brought up the cocoon of finality, and it reminded me of a possibility, a not very practical way. Someone once made it work, so I won't say it's not possible at all. Just get to the point. I'm getting there. The way I said is to anchor a bubble universe to an external point like Durandal did. Of course, we don't have the Holy Blade to help us, but theoretically, there are more stable anchor points than spatial weapons from the previous era. Hershas. I can do that. How come even myself didn't know that? Whatever. I know you can't, at least not now. That's why I said it's not very practical. Your Hersha core is a fixed point projected by the cocoon onto the proper world, so the stability it can provide is also limited to the proper world. Here you need to touch the moon rocks just like the people in the Black World, which is proof enough. So to replicate Durandal's feat, the Hersha authority we need should either transcend all dimensions or stand fully independent of the proper world. In other words, the only one that can do it is, perhaps, Sealy. Kiana herself, who's equal to the cocoon, or a Hersha born in the Sea of Quanta. But that's a paradox, right? Sealy chimes in. Have you seen my back? I've got some etchings there that were born in the Sea of Quanta. Aye, that was part 2. That was a surprise. That was 1 hour. I think part 1 was like 2 hours. But I think there was it's like a lot less information in part 2. But the information is a lot cooler. So Star Rock is destroying shit, and some guy called Sa, the abyss of the... What was he called again? The Sea of Quanta's abyss? Or the abyss of the Sea of Quanta? Whatever he was called, I don't remember. So that's pretty cool. Sa. I think there's a lot more information here that would make sense if you've read the manga Alien Space Aliens? What's it called? Journey to Space? It's one of Honkai Impact's mangas, like something about aliens. I think if you've read that, you understand a lot more of the basis of what's this like who these characters are, like Kompeito, Nigarath, Kira, and whatnot, and potentially like the Sky People. But as I haven't read that, I have no idea what's happening for the most part. But I do find it a bit odd that creation is happening, and I think it's if it continues to be like that, is that in part 3, which we'll do part 3 tomorrow, which is this one, Lone Tower, Fallen Star. If it is just creation happening, it's kind of gone against what MiHoYo does, which is MiHoYo tends to, in Honkai Impact, base a lot of their storytelling in physics and like actually quantum science and whatnot, right? And so if they've just kind of created a thing where someone just creates things out of nothing, I think it would kind of go against their storytelling philosophy. No, you got Kiana there doing more. They don't really do a great job of not like teasing their story and kind of spoiling it, because I wasn't expecting Kiana to be involved, but now Kiana's apparently involved or something. That's unfortunate that you can just get spoiled like that, but oh well. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Slightly more interesting chapter, or sorry, act. Slightly more interesting. Chapter 38's becoming a bit better. And with a few of these teaser images that we're seeing for Act 3, sorry, it looks to be kind of cool. But Act 3 is a 7-parter, so it's going to take a bit longer. But we're not going to be doing that today. We're not going to be doing part 3 today. Today we're just going to be doing part 2, and then tomorrow will be part 3. Cool. Got that done. We'll just do this event a bit, and then I'll probably head out just because we got this thing to do, another story thing. Sure. Yeah, we'll probably just do a bit of the event, gameplay, and then I'll head out because I just wanted to do the story today. Ryan to when Celia and Co were still exploring the Salt Snow Holy City. Yeah, sure. Anyway, back to that. Sorry if I missed your message there, John. We're just focusing on the story there. Ready for more depression? I don't think I'll be depressed after this chapter. I'm not overly connected to any of these characters or any of these things. No detriment to the story, but I just don't think I feel some sort of connection with these characters or anything along the line. That's a pretty cool mechanic. You can have like a forced global time fracture. What is it this time? Sure. Can't I just dodge them? 1 second. Can you just... No, you can only turn them off when they are in... Interesting, I guess, for them a bit. Can't say it's overly interesting, but whatever floats the game's boat. Ooh. Jumbiwa. Boom ba boom boom ba ba boom boom. Doom doom. Hello, open up. I do like these puzzles. If only the game had a better like engine, if you want to call it that. I hope that in the 2.0 upgrade that they're essentially giving the game in spring next year, I hope that it refines the game's gameplay. Because I don't want to use keyboard anymore. You know what I mean? I've kind of gotten sick of just using a keyboard for Honkai. Because after playing games like Aethergazer and PGR, you kind of get a grasp that action combat games of this caliber of intensity are playable on a fucking mouse and keyboard. After a short while, it causes time fracture and inflict denudation. Okay. Interesting one. So I hope that's a part of the changes that they are introducing in the major update for Honkai Impact. Just keyboard and mouse controls, better controls, better movements, better engine. Even though the engine part is already guaranteed. After a short delay, paralyze all enemies and trigger double time fracture. Also inflict inundation, which makes enemies take bonus damage equal to 94% of total damage. Cool. Cool. And I think now we can do a lot more about challenges. So clear Net of Whisper just one time, sure. Net of Whispers, and I guess we'll farm out this one because it's another application of denudation. Which I do already have to. Cool. Let's go. Overall, pretty enjoyable chapter, but that's alright. These imaginary, no, these are just like no element enemies or something. I'm not gonna give much hope on part 2. Hey, that's fair enough, man. If you got no hope on part 2, no blame. Welcome to the stream though, Frank. After what they did for advertising recently. What did they do for advertising recently? I'm not quite in the loop for that, but any like clarification on what that means, or? Because I have no idea what you mean by their advertising recently. Bum 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 ba dum ba dum bum bum ba boom. Nope. Nope. Damn it. God damn it. Alright, one more. Maybe get a legendary out there. And then we unlock a Supreme, which lets us, I think, get red. Which is nice. I'm a fair bit behind on this event as I haven't done the story straight away. Do we unlock new levels as well? Can this go higher? Where's its level? Oh, there it is. Yes, we can. Cool. Get that to that level. And get this one to that level as well. 30 or 20, 27. Cool, and then we unlock 30 after we do part 3. Cool. For fuck's sake. Goddamn restart my game. And if it's just me, but I can see the desperation of Hoyo to continue this game because they promised their player base. Anime collab Do Wavy Crying is totally staged. That's definitely a terrible opinion, man. That's a terrible opinion. A man being emotional about a game that he's covered and created and been with through his whole career, essentially. That also founded his, I don't know if it's his company. That like put the company on the radar for being one of the biggest companies on the world. It's kind of hard to stage those things, you know what I mean? Kind of hard to stage those things. But yeah, an opinion's opinion. If you have that opinion, go for it, man. Let me do this now, please. Thank you. He's not going to cry over Genshin or HSR. The games have been alive for like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Oh damn, SP with this character is so low. Okay. Nice. Yeah, but each to their own. Each to their own. Oh, that was a legendary. I didn't read it. Fuck. Where is the button? This one. This one? No. This one. After using a skill, increase team SB by 50. Not bad. Okay. I think we get rid of this one. Stun all enemies and inflict detonation when the enemy takes that much damage, or when detonation expires, it will deal. Yeah, I think we just equip that one there and we level this up to 27. There we go. And it does time fracture 137. And they take the same effect. It's the same thing, but this one just has a time fraction, the other one has something else. Fair enough. And then we'll transfer some of these. Increase team's physical? No. Elemental? Sure. Okay, I only have elemental. Thanks, game. Thanks. Must be equipped with Inscribed Whisper Time, Clear Novice Ordeal to unlock Expert Ordeal. Huh? Ah. The final one. Okay. That should be fine. We just need 2 applications of denudation, and that's pretty much it. Oh my god, that's quick. Bro, do your, like, fucking dash ability, you fucking weirdo. Jesus Christ. What a weird set of enemies. All these past news bring a sense of entitlement on the Honkai Impact player base, being Honkai as the golden child or whatever. I'm not sure how, like, how much of a lot of things you watch, but everything has that. That's just a concept, you know? Because, you know, I'll give you an example, just obviously just have a friendly conversation. I don't really care much, obviously. A bit extreme there, cares, but opinion's opinion. But just to give you an example, Final Fantasy VII is a chronically old game. The original Final Fantasy VII is a chronically old game, but it's still hailed as the greatest, or one of the greatest Final Fantasy games of all time. Even though, objectively speaking, Final Fantasy XVI is better. You know what I mean? You can hail something as the golden child, but that doesn't mean much outside of anything, really. You know what I mean? Like, Honkai Impact is the golden child of Hoyoverse. That doesn't diminish the other 2 games. I'm sorry? All good, cares. All good, man. It's all good. It doesn't diminish HSR or Genshin Impact, but Honkai Impact is the golden child of Hoyo because it put them on the radar to become who they are. That's not like a refutable or arguable thing, and it's not really entitlement. It's just them being proud of their products. Entitlement would be like demanding something or wanting more from the community because of the product they provide, which I don't believe they have. I don't think they've asked for more or anything along those lines. They're just proud of a product that they've created. So a bit of an odd take there. But again, each to their own. Each to their own. Should probably do that one again, but I don't have any quantum characters. This one. Let's get the score done. Yeah, it's a bit more like that, at least in my opinion. At least in my opinion. That's about it.
方向際して重装作業永久輸送再構築手動装置開始コンプレートリープリペアード安全装置解除します制御制裁今よ
I don't understand this enemy. I don't understand this enemy.
断ち切るありがとう遅い突発発一撃必殺外れ受けるがいいアナイアレーション執行します重装火力援護起動コンプレートリープリペアード
I'm the twin scythe ladies. I am genuinely confused about what to do with them
完全ロックオン
when they're not a boss form. When they're just like regular enemies. Genuine confusion of what to do with them.
一進ありがとう一見必勝
Ooh, that was the wrong ability.
重装作業永久配置コンプレートリープリペアード起動状態確認私の番火力全開ファイヤーここが私のホームグラウンド猫さん私たちの番
Okay. Do do do
終
do.
焉降臨隙だらけ
Didn't I use? Oh no, I didn't use Mei.
ください醜悪を断ち切るありがとう心配しないですぐに終わるから搭載武装ファイヤ
Nice. 11,000. Wow.
ーいや
It's pretty quick actually. Pretty good first score. Got 7,000 on the quantum one. That's why I need a quantum.
これが
Are they releasing a quantum DPS anytime soon? Or a quantum character soon? Don't know. I guess I got Susanna. 140 Jimmy Johnsons, thank you. And we're almost at the Kira stigma that is practically useless. Almost there. Anything I can do? Clear Elder Enigma, the end of Chaos. Can I do any of those now so I don't have to do them in the future? Expert. Okay, that's done. Net of Whispers, no. Elder Enigma, that's there after 17, which is tomorrow. No, we can't. Okay, everything is just tied to the story. Cool. Oh no, we got this stuff. Level up an inscribed Whisper with dark and light attributes to level 20. Huh? Dark and light attributes. What does that mean? Shadow. I don't. Oh, I need a white one up to level 20. Okay, I don't have a single white one up to 20. Okay. No, not equip. Oops. It was this one. No, it was this one. We just got a quantum deer, just hoping for the 2 new silhouette could be a new quantum character. I do remember we got Susanna. I didn't mean to say, I think I did mean to say new character, but just in general, like a rerun between like Vil V or like Susanna weapons and stigmas. Because I would be invested or like interested in getting Susanna and a built Griseo just because bleed. And there's that bleed Abyss week that is like terrible. And I just hate that bleed week so much. So I was more so thinking of just the next time a quantum character appears that I like and I think is good. Oh, pardon me. Okay, so that should unlock it now? Yeah. So that's this thing. Yeah. And there's also, there are 3 sets of ancient instrument ordeals and 1 set of sacred audience. Oh, shit. I thought you already have Vil V, full gear even. Oh, that's a second account, remember? I stopped playing that account ages ago. That was the European account that I had whilst I was like in my like fiending over Honkai Impact phase. Whilst we were just absolutely fiending over it. So must have a Whisper of the Dark and Whisper of the Light. Okay, so we can just equip that and then equip that. I do not have a good quantum character on this account, no. Unfortunately. I should have invested in one, but I think I just preferred... I could have invested in Susanna and probably gotten full gear Susanna, but I wanted to get full gear, or I attempted full gear Hair more so than Susanna, which I think I enjoy Hair's gameplay a bit more. You can choose mechanism buff after reaching floor 2 and 4. What is this? Oh, you know what? I think this is them trying to like it's similar to the Elysian Realm Shallow Abyss, I think. Diffusing waves the damaged units indiscriminately.
ついてきて方向再指定エリア警戒動的武装再構築手動装置開始安全装置解除します火力連携
I think this is similar to the mechanic that they're trying to expand in the Elysian Realm with the wave system. Oh shit. Oh. Diffusing waves no longer harm player characters, but can still trigger ultimate evasion. Okay.
隙だらけね逃がさないわ醜悪を断ち切るやっやっ失礼雷鳴が来るありがとう
I didn't know I spent for the summer skins. I decided to get them. I was like, you know what? Why the hell not? You know, it's skins and like duplicates of characters is the only thing I'm focusing on in Honkai from now on. I'm not really, unless it's like a super cool character that is releasing, I probably won't be getting new characters for a while. And so I was like, whatever, skins are skins. If they look good, I'll get them. And you know, Honkai skins are always incredible. So. Shallow stages. Yeah, the shallow sequence of Elysian Realm, if you remember, it was changed. It was changed to be, like, not good anymore, in my opinion. I don't like the new shallow sequence. And so, I think this game mode that we're doing right now, whatever this is called again, I can't remember. I think this is them kind of, like, integrating a wave-based system like the shallow sequence into like, everyday gameplay. Not a one-for-one, but very similar at least. Very, very similar. Just kind of you stand in one area and every so often enemies come in. Because I did read a bit of a thing about leaks from the stuff that shallow sequence, all of Elysian Realm is getting a massive rework in the future. I did read a bit. And that massive rework is looking to change it so it's not so menu based. It's just kind of like you're in one arena and it's just a wave based thing, which I'm looking forward to seeing how they do that. I'm very much looking forward to it. Okay, so that's that. Salt Snow Tower. So that was wave 1. Level up any inscribed Whisper of Dark and Ice to level 20, and then this one is Dark and Thunder. Okay. So Dark and Ice would be this one? Yeah, I don't have many ice, but we'll still get it to 20. Oh, I don't have any materials. Cringe. That gives... Whoa, that's expensive on the XP. Jesus. Damn it. Oh, we can't do it anymore, I guess. Can't do it anymore. I'm cringing so much. Oh, well. Ooh, Battle Pass levels. Ooh. And this lets us buy the next skin, Coolio Julio. Nice. What do we pick? Last time I picked the Fuhua Azure Imperia skin. Which character do I ever see myself using? Your Flame Sakitama? Probably not. You are Shadow Dash? Also probably not. You are Divine Prayer. You are Swallowtail. I probably would use a Swallowtail. You are Umbral Rose. That's a good skin. And you are Blueberry Blitz. I don't like any of these characters, and which one do I like the look of the most? I didn't even know this was a skin. Oh, that's a skin. I thought that was the standard version. Oh, which skin do I like the most? I do like the breasts on this lady. Let's go with Umbral Rose. I like the breasts on this one. Let's quickly do some content though, some end game content really quickly. I'll probably do the Memorial Arena and that might be it for it. Just because this one's a quick and easy one. This is the Flower Boss of infamous notoriety. Go here, turned on buff mode because I've kind of stopped caring. We have to put... I think we have to put this lady first, right? She's the one that gives SP? No, you are the one that gives SP. Yeah. And you know what? Actually, change you to you, because I do some ice damage. I can, like, line it up. It's a skin for augmented Shadow Dash. The thing is that the reason I was confused by it is because you use the skin for all of the Elysian Realm story. So I was like, oh, this just must be the standard version of this one. And I just got confused. I was like, what? That's a skin? I thought that was the standard because it's in the story. I wish they put light on Super String Dimension 2 and Elysian Realm. Skip right until each floor boss. Oh, that's a lot of skipping, though. That's a lot of skipping of stuff that you don't do too frequently. Elysian Realm, because you only do it once a week, they would never do that. They would never add it there. Because it's a once-a-week situation. But I do think... I will say one thing. I think that... I can't remember how this works. Do I have to switch to this one? Oops, that was not... I shouldn't have done that. Let me just do this mechanic real quickly. And I'll get back to my point. I do think that depending on the difficulty you're doing, you should have some sort of light mechanic, depending on your previous week's progression. So if I do, let's say, for example, Finality in this week, if I do a Finality Elysian Realm completion, I should have done the ultimate, whoops. The next week after that, I should be able to do some sort of light mechanic to, like, skip a bit of floors, like, skip a few floors, maybe, like, the first, until just the first boss. Something like that. I do agree something like that, because having to constantly do Elysian Realm, it does get a bit tedious, especially when you're grinding. That's the only other time that it would be, like, if you're trying to level up characters and whatnot, it gets a bit like, oh, come on, this is a bit annoying. But I think they're trying to fix that with the wave-based system, right? Because, again, my massive problem with Elysian Realm is that you have to go through so many loading screens, so many menus, so many interfaces, that it gets a bit annoying, and it gets very tedious. But I think with that change of making it, like, standard Elysian Realm, a wave-based mechanism, or a wave-based mechanic, where you're just in one arena and enemies come at you all the time, I think with that, they are looking to make it less, like, annoying. Apponia week! Oh, let's go! I might be able to get a better score than these pussies. Let's go, dude. Or is it Apponia? These guys are Bio and... Bio. Ooh. Don't think it's exactly Apponia, but... Here we go, boys. Apponia in action. I was tempted to roll on her. Let's go. It hasn't been Apponia week in so long. I love this character so much. Yeah, I think the Elysian Realm could change very well. In the future, that is. Although I don't want to raid up. I've kind of been doing the thing where I don't raid up to Nirvana. I've just been maintaining Red Lotus for the past while. I don't like going up to Nirvana anymore. Because it's a guaranteed D rank for me. I can't compete with those Nirvana players. I moved my Honkai to SSD after all this time. It loads super fast, not even half a blink. It does load fast, I will say, having it on SSD, because I do also have it on SSD. But my thing is that it's still the action of the loading screen is still very not an enjoyable experience, specifically with how frequently it happens. It happens a few times per, like, stage, because you have to go into the stage, which is that to get into it, that's one loading screen, and then you finish the thing, then you have Kevin appear, and then you have to close that, and you have to go to the doors, and that takes you to another screen. It's just a few too many, because you have to do then 20 stages or so, roughly, and it's just a few too many still, even if you have quick loading time. You know what? I think someone doesn't have their correct artifacts on, or the correct gear on. And I think it might be... Oh no, I'm doing 135,000. No, never mind, that's right. With this team, that's about right damage. I play my game now on 2.5 times speed. I wish I could do that. I play my game on 0.5 speed. I'm a slow man. I don't have the brain capacity anymore. Actually, that's a lie. I try to play this game as quickly as possible. No, I missed the thing with the ultimate. God damn it. The Herstra of Truth buff ran out. How dare you? Didn't have enough for the ultimate. Doo-doo. Missed opportunity in replacing Bronya cannon skin to water gun design. Here's the thing, out of the skins, the Bronya one is the most disappointing, yes. That's a true fact. Out of all the three skins that we got for the Herstra trio, the Bronya one is unfortunately the most disappointing. But it kind of goes in the order that you'd expect. You know, the best one is Kiana's, and the second best is Mei's, and then Bronya's is... Because all she does put on is like a small, like, kind of one-piece swimsuit, and then has, like, goggles. That's really... And a slight color change. It goes from, like, dark blue to light blue. Unfortunately, it's not that great, but I do think the Mei one is very good, and then the Kiana one is obviously... It's a pyramid skin, so pyramid skins are always 10 out of 10, so... You know, what are you gonna do? And that's there. This one, gathering light orbs, grants... Okay, that's the light orb buff, and then this is physical to a mech enemy. We'll do the physical stage first, I guess. Can I get over Mei just puts shades on her ultimate? She does. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. A very enjoyable thing, but I think that only happens in when you only see it at least when you use her single ultimate, not with the Herstra trio. That's the wrong character. Damn, this is fucking tough. What the hell? It's a bit tough. Do you watch anything on Netflix recently? Well, ooh. Did I? I'm not a massive series watcher. I don't watch many series, but I'm a massive fiend when it comes to comedy specials. I love watching comedy. So I've been watching recently a lot of Trevor Noah, who is I believe he's South African. I think he's a South African comedian. Very funny man. Political kind of humor and whatnot. I'm not too into the politics stuff, but I've been watching a lot of comedy specials. Other than anime, not really. I think I'm set to watch... Speaking of anime, it's the only thing I'm set to watch. I'm set to watch Made in Abyss soon. And I've been slowly watching the JJK episodes with the moderators. Still have been watching that with them in our spare time, though we've only watched the first episode, which is not too impressive. Not the most impressive thing we've done. But no, actually, because I don't really watch series. They take up a lot of time, and I'm a very... Put simply, I get sidetracked a bit too much. I barely do a lot of things as is. So if I put on a series, I'll just only watch that for the next, like, 5 days. I'll just watch that for the next 5 days and I won't accomplish anything. Has Mission Impossible? Oh, phenomenal. Mission Impossible has never been a bad movie, and this one, again, not a bad... This is, like, I think you go to any of the ranking websites, you know, like, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, you go to any of those, you'll see, like, a 9 out of 10 rating. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 movie. As per usual, Tom Cruise knows what he's doing when it comes to action movies. You know, he's never disappointed in the past. He is not disappointing now. And I could not be more excited for part 2. It's a Tom Cruise movie. What can you say? That's all that can be said, is that it's a Tom Cruise movie. 10 out of 10. At least in my opinion. Very little problems. And it's also very funny. Very, very funny. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Give me one moment to do this epic dodging sequence. Ah! Oh, shit. Okay, get my SP back. Sounds like Attack on Titan season, probably. The only thing I'm disappointed with is that Tom Cruise Scientology. I'm not too into knowing what all that means. I just, from my understanding, it's just some sort of like religious belief. That's why whenever it comes to talking about Tom Cruise, I only ever mention his like acting career. I don't really know anything about his personal life or whatever the hell he follows. But I hear that that's like the only thing that people don't like about him. But to be quite frank with you, right, not to toot Tom Cruise's horn because he's an actor paid millions, but when the only problem that people have with a guy is potentially his opinionated beliefs, I feel like that's a pretty good track record, right? I feel like that's pretty good. When he hasn't really done anything wrong in other areas of life, I feel like that's a pretty good, like, reputation. The only thing that people don't like about you is your beliefs of science. I don't really know what Scientology is again. I think I've had Scientology explained to me like many times, and I still to this day can't remember what it is. But come on, that's a pretty good track record. The only thing that people don't like about you, your beliefs. Yeah, lightning, and this one is, yeah, okay, let's go. Good. It's pretty good, better than Twiddling Some Underage or Sexual Harassment? Yeah. Generally speaking, better than that. Absolutely. Better than just being a weirdo online as well. Because Tom Cruise is also one of these actors that has, like, remained, like, a Hollywood-style actor and hasn't kind of subjugated himself to this, like, online form of, weirdness. Because some actors become, like, these online... They don't just become Hollywood actors, they try to be a Hollywood actor and an online personality. Tom Cruise is one of the few, like, old actors that hasn't tried this kind of online personality thing that's also still producing high production value movies and whatnot. And when you think of Tom Cruise, it's like, at least in my mind, I still think of this, like, secrecy-styled Hollywood persona. I don't think of, like, the random guy down the street that just happens to be in movies, right? So pretty good track record. Very good. But then again, Scientology, I guess. I don't know. Scientology. That one. Tom Cruise, Nicolas Cage, Paul Rudd, Keanu Reeves. These celebrities don't have an online presence at all. There's also what's his name? Something Killigan. The actor for the main character of Peaky Blinders. He also doesn't have an online presence. And these characters, when you see them, they just kind of feel like celebrities. You're like, they have a celebrity aura about them. What's his name? George Killigan? No, that's not it. I can't remember his name, but that guy. Yeah, they just... You don't need an online presence to be like a Hollywood actor. Just if you, like, because I feel like the thing of a Hollywood actor, and a superstar if you want to call them that, is a form of secrecy, you know? You are an actor, a higher value persona. Why are you online chronically? You know? Just go away. Nobody needs to know about your secret life. And that's what these actors have. I know diddly shit about Nicolas Cage, even though, like, the world knows him as this infamous actor. I know nothing about Nicolas Cage, apart from people like him and hate him at the same time. Same thing with Paul Rudd. I just know that he's Ant-Man. That's all my knowledge of him. He's Ant-Man. But the amount of things I could tell you about Tom Holland, you know, the amount of things man's like, he's constantly trending on Twitter about something that he's done. And that something being weird. I'm not exactly sure again. Oh no, I have to dodge during this phase. Whoops, totally forgot. Oh, that's the wrong ability. Tom Holland controversy, man. I can't stop laughing. It's weird the stuff that's happening with Tom Holland right now. It's absolutely weird. I don't get it. I'm not sure what's happening, but there's stuff happening, and it's like you would never see this about like a lot of different actors. But then again, I guess it's the different acting styles and acting desires and whatnot, and what you want from the career path, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty funny as well. What is it? Yeah, he's getting... It's that one trailer. I haven't seen the trailer. I just saw like one screenshot of him like in makeup. I'm not exactly sure of the context or what the name of the movie or TV series is, but it was pretty funny. People turned against him because of that movie? Oh, really? Power to him, power to them. I don't know. I literally just know zero context. I just know that people are saying he's getting his back blown out or something. Something along those lines. It's fair enough, man. Whatever happens in that movie can stay in that movie. Yay. Damn, this is taking a while. But unlike a lot of stuff that happens online, I like, weirdly enough, just don't care about the this is gonna sound very odd, but the creator of something. I don't oddly care about them too greatly. I care about their creations, but I don't care about them as a creator. Just to give an example, like mangakas and like the writers of a manga, I don't necessarily care about them. I like and care about their creations, but like, if you were to ask me, do I know something about a specific mangaka, even though I read a lot of manga, I can't tell you anything. Because I don't think you need to care about them on an interpersonal level. Same thing can be applied to actors. A lot of people care about the daily goings of Tom Holland. Why? Why? I hate people only see him as Spider-Man, and that's it. It really surprised them that he's an actor that can do acting in other movies. Oh, true. Well, when you get famous through one role, people can't see you in another. I think it's the same thing with the same thing happened with Robert Downey Jr. when he was doing Iron Man. He did Iron Man for like 3 or 4 movies, and then he did I think it was Doctor Dolittle. I think RDJ did Doctor Dolittle or something along those lines. It was like a doctor movie where you can talk to animals. And then he got just like a bunch of hate over that one. And it's like, what? Why? like Oda got death threats over One Piece controversies. Yeah, it's like it's not so much death threats, but just caring positively or negatively about someone's the creator of something, right? It's like that. It's not so much someone getting death threats or it only being negative, but like the creator creates something. Don't involve the creator, even though he is the creator. Don't, if you have a critique of it, critique the piece of work. Don't critique the creator, or don't try to care about the creator. Maybe that it's a weird take that I know I have. It's a weird take, but I just think separate the two. He's the creation, he's the creator. This guy just created it. He just wrote it down, and then he put it out. That's all he did. Positively, negatively. Like, don't try to like get to know him. Like, it's weird because people like want to know more about Oda. Like, Oda, what do you eat on Tuesdays? What is your Wednesday morning routine? People ask these questions like unironically, not to like him, but like they want to know these questions. Like, when you wake up on Saturdays, what's the first thing you do? Why do you care? You know, why do you care? It's so irrelevant to ask that. But people ask these questions unironically. That's an example and not an actual question. But things like that, people want to care about the person's personal life like they're going to be friends with him. They're not. Not like these people. Like One Piece fans are never going to be friends with Oda. Never. On God, it's never going to happen. But they want to. They want to. Okay. Doing a bit of min-maxing here. Okay. Yeah, something's wrong with this build. Something's happening. Something's not quite right. I'll reach out in just a second. I'm going to try to get a decent time on this run. That was wrong. I misplayed. They must have, like, nerfed this or something. Or something's not working. Let's know about the author. Some people on Twitter actually freak out that some, if not most, of the popular hentai manga, the Twister ones, was drawn by female mangaka. Yeah, that's a weird thing though, right? That's just people being sexist, to be quite fair with you. That's just people not being able to manage that someone of a different gender was able to write something gruesome or something like that. It's just people being fucking weirdos. See, my Eponia's QTE is not being triggered by Eden. It's odd. I'm not sure why that's happening. I think my Eden's not using something correctly, or she has like a missing piece of gear. It's her weapon! She doesn't have a weapon on. I put on some other idiot. Fuck. Shit. I think I put her weapon on, some other fucking nerd to... I think it's on Kira because I needed to do her Elysian Realm. Totally forgot about that. She's doing the fucking USP bullshit. Handel's correct. Is everyone correct? Yeah. Yeah, fucking hell. Because they thought all those Nazi Undead were made by degenerate male manga. Yeah, it's also just like it's a bit of sexism, but also a bit of generalization that only males write degenerate things. Which is, like, they write a majority of it, but not a lot of it. And some of the very bad stuff is done by everyone. So, it's a bit of just a shit take by them. And it's also a bit of, like not having the experience, per se. Experience is the weird word to use. But it's like... I think experience is also a correct word, but, like... It's all people who haven't read a lot. They've read specific things, but they haven't read a lot. Once you start reading everything, you realize that nothing's crazy. Yeah, see, there it is. Now we're cooking. I would wait for it, but... Yeah, see, now we're cooking it. This is good. Hopefully he's in that. Oh no! I'm not oh! I think I mistimed a few things there. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, not happy with that, but could have gotten like a 780 or something if we did things correctly, but I suck at the game, so it is what it is. What are you gonna do? Eh, can't be fucked to care. Just lost interest in caring about the abyss. Oh, fuck. I just don't think I play it correctly. I don't think I play that on like 100% correctly. Third, oh please someone overtake me. I either wanted to place first or not third. Or sorry, I want to place first or just not top 3. That was my desire for placement. Pressure of Flamesheart and some other stuff. Cool. Is that everything I can do today? Because I didn't want to do too much stuff, so if that's all I can do, we might start the wrap up. Let me just do a bit of a double check here. Double check. Yeah, I think that's everything that we can do for now. Oh, that's everything we can do for now. Okay, cool. We did part 2, which was a much shorter part than part 1. It took us about just 1 hour, which was quite good. I think this part was actually probably the most enjoyable so far out of the whole Seelie Susanna story so far. I think this part was, because it kind of had some grimy in it with the charter and had that kind of flashback sequence and a little bit more information. We got to know Sa and whatnot. So I enjoyed this chapter a lot more, or this act, sorry, a lot more. And I feel like I'll probably enjoy Act 2, or Act 3. God, I keep getting confused. Act 3 tomorrow. But yeah, I'm expecting a bit longer. It's 7 stages, so it's going to be a lot more. It's probably going to be a lot more dense information because shit's happening. But yeah, that's about it. I like it. Star Rook is probably Stellaron. I don't think a Stellaron can just explode out of nothing, because I don't think there's been examples of a Stellaron just exploding for no reason, I believe. But we'll have to find out in 1.2, which is tomorrow, for Honkai Star Rail, if a Stellaron just explodes for no reason. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. But regardless, I'm just going to wrap up the stream, boys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. These streams, tomorrow is also probably going to be a relatively short stream of just maybe 2 hours. Depends on how long it takes us. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it, guys. They'll be uploaded as videos in the coming few days. Today, there was meant to be a video, but there'll be one tomorrow of Genshin Impact. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Bye.